I'd like to introduce Jim Berry, who's the leader of the EDN team, to talk about developer resources and community tools. Jim, come on out.
Thanks, Jim.
Let's see who won.
Hi, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and start with the trivia contest. Thanks for playing, everybody who did. Let's see what we have here. We'll stop it. There's the answer, 1129. Even if you're close to that, because I imagine that we're getting more followers as we go. There's a list of winners. Well, a list of answers. What we'll do is we'll send you a direct message if you want, tell you how to get your, what'd you say, fabulous prize? Fabulous. Okay. Okay, so what we want to do is take a first look at online resources for ArcGIS 10. When you want to get the most from ArcGIS 10, documentation, community tools, tech support, this is where you will go. The neat thing about it is now at 10, the Resource Center is completely integrated within arcgis.com. As you see, it's evolved quite a bit. We have kind of a picture of what 10 is about. We've gotten a lot of feedback from you over the years, also during the beta. We tried out a lot of neat things during the 10 beta phase, and we integrated that stuff in there. Also, we're using a Google appliance now to index and use good SEO principles and index all of our content. So not only will the stuff you're looking for be easier to find and better to find on our site, but if you use the external Google site also. Now, as you can see, each product and functional area and user community and solution has its own resource center. Let me jump into desktop, and you'll see every resource center has a list of quick links on the left side to get to documentation and community tools that you need. Like if I click to blog, it will go to, if I click blog, it'll go to the ArcGIS desktop blog. And if I click to videos, it'll go to a list of videos that we've uploaded to demo aspects of ArcGIS. And also, it'll be available for you. If you have video clips you want to share with the community, you can do that. If I go into usability improvements, you see a video here. It's got you can watch it within the embedded player. You can download it local. There's a bunch of social media buttons for sharing if you see something you like. There's a comment thread for discussing this video with the community, also with the author. Okay, so let's go into the Geoprocessing Resource Center. Regardless of which ArcGIS product you're using, anything having to do with geoprocessing you can get from here. For example, every center has a sharing gallery. This one's called the Model and Script Tool Gallery. You can download these tools if you think that they'll be helpful. This one here is the ArcPy Map Management Toolbox, again with a download link, social media sharing buttons, and a comment thread. If you have tools that you've created or that you find helpful, you can upload these here as well. Going back to geoprocessing. Also, every resource center has a link to go directly to its, sorry, I'm driving it with the screen down here, that goes directly to its discussion forum. And if you probably noticed, the discussion forums here look quite a bit than they did before. We replaced the older technology that we've been using for many years with something new. It now supports RSS. It gives you additional tools for tagging threads and searching. There's also a user control panel for managing your notifications, managing your subscriptions. Okay. We've also reorganized the categories of the forums. We had grown our forums to almost 400 in size, and we recategorized those down to about 50. That's going to make conversations easier to find. We tested that out during the beta phase and got a lot of positive feedback. Okay, so now you're still at the Resource Center. You've used the self-help tools, all the documentation, white papers and such. You've used the community tools, and now you want to contact ESRI directly, either in Redlands, in Charlotte, or one of our distributors around the world. Contacting support is just a click away. All that stuff is available from the Resource Center. Now, over the years, we've had a variety of websites that you would go to at Esri to get the stuff that you need. At ArcGIS 10, all of this stuff is going to be integrated within one single site. Let me quit that. Training. We're constantly improving the ways that we train you. And the training site is where you can find out more about that. One in particular I want to highlight is the virtual classroom online. This is our very similar to our multi-day in-class training. Same instructor, same content, same exercises. We bundled that up and moved that online. What we heard from you is you wanted more remote training options. More than the virtual campus. You wanted the classroom experience with the same similar interactivity. Well, we're doing that. And we're excited. About 40% of our training seats this year in 2010 are going to be in this virtual classroom environment. Also, our live training seminars, these here are free. They're 1 hour long. They're very similar to the tech sessions that you would get here at the DevSummit. There's also a text-based Q&A interactivity that you can experience with the instructor. If you miss this training, we record all of these and you can find them on the training site. This is an example of one that Rob Burke did a couple of months ago for developers for ArcGIS Explorer. Shows some code there, walks through, shows developers how to do that. Okay, as Jim mentioned before, we have the Esri DevSummit Twitter feed. But the real action is here, if you have seen it already, on the Pound DevSummit. This is where we can talk to you, you can talk to us, talk to amongst yourselves. And whether you may not know it or not, there are many users globally that are watching this Pound DevSummit hash right now. They want to hear what you have to say during the week so that they can experience it as well. We also have the DevSummit Facebook site that we use for this event, the EDN Facebook site that we use year-round. We also have an EDN site on LinkedIn. This is not just accessible to EDN subscribers. It's accessible to everybody. This is a great way to build professional contacts amongst the GIS developer community. We have hundreds of videos on YouTube now, everything from product demos and capabilities, all the way to interviews and behind-the-scenes look at Esri. We have about a dozen technical blogs, each one stood up and maintained by the various development teams. Well, you know what blogs are, but they use these as their podium to get you helpful information very quickly and spark discussion and conversation directly with the development teams. Something new I want to introduce is this wiki.gis.com. This has been around for a couple of months. We already have 8,000 pages, thousands of page views per week, hundreds of contributors. This is a place where we can build, our goal is to build the all-encompassing repository of GIS knowledge. Go ahead and jump in, comment, discuss, and we can share information that way as well. So, whether it be community tools that we're building into the Resource Center in arcgis.com, or the various social media tools that are spread across the web, as you know, the ESRI developer community is very strong, it's very collaborative, it's very interactive, and we thank you for all your participation. And there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that benefit from this information every day. So thanks for that, and that was a sneak peek on what you're going to see at ArcGIS 10. To get ready for it and to be successful with it. Jim?
All right. Thanks, Jim. It's just literally amazing what Jim's team has done and all the other teams at ESRI from a social media perspective. Last year I stood up here struggling with the word tweet, and now there's all of this. So it's all for you. It's very useful, and let's all leverage it together.